welcome to another video and welcome aboard this game-changing sleeper car from the Austrian State Railways. Austria's brand new Nightjet train has hit the rails and it has won plaudits for its new cabin designs, including the much anticipated mini cabins, arguably the most innovative railway product in years. Today I'm in a regular ensuite sleeper and we'll spend 13 hours in this private compartment with loads of new features to explore. These new, higher speed sleeper train units are really quite something and I loved my time aboard. I'll be travelling on these 230 km/h capable trains from Vienna in Austria up to Hamburg in Germany. 13 stops and 13 hours of fun. We'll cover over 700 miles of track on this compelling alternative to the day train, which takes a full 10 hours. And it's going to be a great trip. Come with me and let's check out this brand new sleeper car service. Let's go. Welcome to a cold and wintry Vienna Hauptbahnhof, Austria's busiest long-distance railway station and one of the most pleasant railway terminals I have the pleasure of using in Europe. The station serves everything from long-distance railjet and intercity services, numerous sleeper trains connecting Western, Central and Eastern Europe, regional and even local services on the most humble one-car diesel rail cars. There's a shopping thoroughfare on 2 levels of the station too, with no pesky ticket barriers hindering your progress. You can find luggage lockers on the level down from the concourse, but rather inconveniently, and typically Austrian, they are cash only. OBB, please fix. One of the things I love about travelling in Europe is that many of the stations have these yellow timetable displays which list every single departure for the week. Great if you fancy some inspiration for future trips. Tonight we're on Nightjet 490. This train is comprised of a portion to Hamburg and a portion to Amsterdam. I've reviewed the Amsterdam sleeper on the older trains, link of course in the description below. Eating before travelling might be wise on Nightjet and there are plenty of places to grab something, but if you're travelling in a sleeper car or have a first class ticket, you will be able to access the OBB lounge 90 minutes before departure. It's upstairs and well worth checking out. It's small but perfectly formed and is a more comfortable place to sit than the concourse and has a really good view of the station below. OBB seem to have stopped serving alcohol in their lounges, which is a shame, but there are still snacks and other items available. You can also get a coffee or something soft like Almdudler, a herbal drink which is an Austrian icon. I do love these screens which show idyllic Austrian mountain scenes on a loop. However, we've no time to lose. It's time to wait for our train, which is helpfully denoted on this diagram. My car is 411, which is right at the front of the train, so this diagram helps me stand in the right place. Vienna Hauptbahnhof at night is such a vibe. Long-distance trains arrive and leave, some with alluring dining cars, while other sleeper trains are preparing to take passengers across Europe. This older Nightjet train is heading to Paris and Brussels, also a fabulous trip to take. So the inaugural run of the new Nightjet sleeper was yesterday, a Sunday night, and it was over 3 hours late. The return working was actually cancelled from Hamburg and I'm a little bit nervous about tonight's journey, but let's just see how it goes. And here she is, a brand new Siemens 7-car unit hauled by a Class 1016 tourist locomotive. Our train has 2 sleeper cars, 3 couchette pod cars, a seated car and a multifunctional car containing an accessible sleeper berth and seats. This is the next generation of sleeper travel in Europe, and what a treat to be heading aboard. Yes, thank you.
Staff on the train will be on hand at all times to answer any questions you may have and to provide you with a range of snacks and drinks in couchette and sleeper carriages. Please be sure to observe the train's silent hours between 9 p.m. and 8 a.m. to enable other passengers to enjoy a relaxing night's sleep. No further...
This is a single comfort cabin with WC and shower, and I have it for solo use on this 13-hour trip to northern Germany. Each passenger gets a towel and clothes hanger as well as some water. Well, my first reaction is this is a game changer. This is such an improvement on the old but still rather lovely deluxe sleeper cabins on the older Nightjet trains. This is really something else. I'm going to check out the features after departure, but for now let's kick back and start our journey up to Germany. Well, it is 10 minutes past departure and it looks like the train manager has just gone up to the front of the train. I don't know what's happening. Fingers crossed. Today's video is sponsored by Surfshark VPN, an award-winning virtual private network. Now, there are a ton of great reasons to use Surfshark, from leveraging lower prices online to improving your online security. As we come up to Christmas and New Year, I am always so tempted by the sales, but I've been busy. In this video, I've been chasing trains going around Europe. And this is where Surfshark comes in and is so important. Surfshark spoofs my location, so whichever site I use, I can be sure I easily access my home country's website. In my case, of course, it's the UK. All the prices display in default in pound sterling, my own currency, and it means that I won't accidentally order something from the Canadian or American version of the site and have to pay a load of postage. And trust me, that has happened before on Amazon. It's dead simple. When I'm abroad, I simply activate the VPN, set my location to the UK, and hey presto, I get all of those default sites. It's my travel-friendly Swiss Army knife. I have got Surfshark activated on my phone by default, and it costs less than a cup of coffee per month. Now, of course, as it's the holidays, it's available at a special deal for you guys. Get an exclusive Surfshark holiday deal. Enter promo code WINGINIT to get up to 6 additional months for free at surfshark.deals/wingingit. What are you waiting for? Go ahead and click that link in the description below. Not an ideal start. We depart nearly 20 minutes late and slide off into the freezing cold night. After a brief stop at Vienna HBF Station to pick up more passengers, I check out the Wi-Fi. It's free and fast, contains some basic entertainment and even a train tracker with speed function. There is no dining car on Nightjet, but there is a special menu of mostly cold items for these new trains. Confusing, as hot options are usually available. The older menu is also aboard, but the host confirmed no hot meals were yet being served on the new trains, which is really disappointing, but a disappointment I'd foreseen. Anyway, the menu is reasonably priced when it's available. All of the service is done directly to your room by the sleeper attendant who looks after your carriage. You get a free 6-item breakfast in the sleeper cars, and your order must be placed straight after departure. The attendant will come round, present you with a small bottle of sparkling wine, a Nightjet staple, hand you the contactless keycard for locking up your sleeper room, collect your breakfast order, and also check your ticket. I've got mine downloaded to my phone using the OBB Tickets app, which I definitely prefer to use these days. Cheers. Oh, it's great to be back on a sleeper train again. If you are enjoying this video, don't forget to subscribe. You'll join a community of hundreds of thousands of other trip report enthusiasts exploring the world with me. Right, it's time for me to give you a tour of this ensuite room and to let you know about some of the improvements that have been made and a couple of things I don't really like. So let's go for it. Now, when I first stepped into the room, I thought I'd made a mistake because I was sure I'd booked an ensuite room with a shower, and when I go inside, I'm wondering, where is the shower? The ensuite WC is actually a wet room. There is no separate shower room. The shower head is tucked away down here along with the button, which gives about 20 seconds of water at a time. You can control the temperature with the temperature gauge and fix the shower head up here, which should be possible for all but the very shortest passengers. The drain is down by the toilet fitting and worked pretty well. Toilet paper is hidden away here behind a panel to keep it dry, and there is also a sanitary bin next to it. While the shower pressure was very good, the same can't be said for the tap. Anyway, here's the main event, the bed. It's about 190 centimeters long, which is a pretty decent length. However, unlike the older sleeper cars, the foot space is a little narrower as it's constricted by a wall at the end here, a very minor downside to this new design. The upper berth is basically identical for space, although there's a little less headroom up here and no window. However, it does come with the benefit of being closer to the climate control vents. Each berth comes with its own bright reading lamp and small pouches for your personal items. A big upgrade is that there are now at least 2 charge points per passenger. A USB and European plug socket are at each berth, and new to the Nightjet, a secure contactless charger, which does work and provides a decent charge. Each sleeper cabin will automatically lock when the doors closed, but can be additionally privacy locked from the inside to stop the attendant from disturbing you. It'll also fix itself open using some magnets. One of the other big improvements is the table, which can be sprung from bedside table height to a height more befitting a dining table. A small seat is provided, and this is a perfect place to eat your meals. A small waste paper bin is available, but I have to say there seems to be some wasted space here. There isn't much storage for big bags. Nightjet doesn't do checked luggage, so you want to avoid taking large bags on here if possible. I just love this touch-operated console. You can control the lights and the air conditioning here, and it's very responsive. There's also mood lighting now, available in green, blue, yellow and red. I think the blue is my favourite, but let me know what you think in the comments below. For your privacy, 2 blinds are available, a semi-transparent one to keep the glare out and a solid one for total privacy during the night. Overall, this is a really pleasant cabin. I do prefer the longitudinal bed arrangement as opposed to the more traditional sleeper car layout, and the design touches are lovely. Mountain scenes are visible in various areas of the train and make the design feel much more personal to Austria and not as bland as it otherwise could have been. Oh, by the way, if you want to try the top bunk, you will need to be reasonably flexible. There is also a strap restraint here to stop you falling out during the night. This is a real improvement. Now, security is not really too much of a big deal on European sleeper trains, but for peace of mind, this key card will let you lock your cabin from the outside as well as the inside. So if you fancy popping to another cabin, then you should have no problems. Your stuff is going to be safe inside. I had foreseen a limited meal service and brought my own, which I purchased from the Spar outlet at the station. You don't need to buy the sleeper car meals. You might want to eat before the departure time of 8:10 p.m, or you can of course just bring your own. I prefer to eat on board as it does break up a long journey, although I do wish these trains had a social and convivial dining car for all passengers to use. The bedding is excellent, by the way. Good quality and large duvets which easily cover more than the area of the bed, and the mattress is very comfortable. This road bridge here marks the invisible border between Austria and Germany. Both countries are in the Schengen zone, so there are no passport or customs formalities. Unfortunately, much as the new sleeper train is incredible, it's not all good news. I'm afraid we need to talk about OBB's price rises. €235 used to be the top whack for this train, but I've been finding prices over double that for future dates as OBB switch to dynamic pricing, and that's assuming you aren't going fully flexible either. Sometimes the train sells out or only has the even more expensive fully flexible tickets left. A friend discovered Vienna to Amsterdam was costing over €1,000 one way on some dates next year. Sleeper trains should be a compelling and environmentally friendly alternative to flying, with prices to match, and I'm afraid at these prices you could fly business class to Amsterdam and get a very nice hotel in the bargain too. I'm just not sure how the prices are going to stack up in the future. Well, that's us just in Germany now. Passau is the border station. We've got about 8 hours to run until we get to Hamburg, so it's time for me to bid good night, and hopefully I'll get about 6 or 7 hours of sleep. Good night. Well, good morning from just outside Hanover. We've got about 2 hours to run now until we get to Hamburg, and we are about 90 minutes late. We are on the home straight now. Breakfast arrives around 7:30 AM and is the same as it was on previous Nightjet journeys, pretty small as is typical on the continent. This muesli yogurt is great, and I definitely recommend it if you're ordering breakfast on board. We claw back a little bit of our delay thanks to some pretty high-speed running between Hanover and Hamburg. These trains can do up to 230 kilometers an hour, so we are barely stretching the train's capabilities at this point. One thing well worth mentioning, the train's public areas are excellent. You don't spend much time here, only when leaving or joining the train, but the first and last impressions really count. I do wish the screen's updated with the renewed delayed arrival times though. We pass Hamburg Hauptbahnhof and it's time to reflect. These trains are a really high step up from the older legacy Nightjet fleet and are a standard bearer for quality in Europe. Nonetheless, with the inevitable fare rises, one has to wonder, will it be worth taking it again? I paid €235 for my ticket, which is a lot of money, and seeing this could nearly triple is eye-watering. For that money, I'm expecting not to pay for my hot meals, for them to be available and served in a manner more like business class on a good airline. I'm definitely expecting more than a small continental breakfast too, as well as a more refined lounge experience. I'd also be expecting faultless punctuality and no hiccups. These trains have had a fitful first week of operation. I don't think the service justifies those prices, and we will see if OBB change their decision if demand isn't there in the future. Anyway, do let me know what you think of the new trains in the comments below. And don't forget to get an exclusive Surfshark holiday deal. Enter promo code WINGINIT to get up to 6 additional months for free at surfshark.deals/WINGINIT. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video very soon. Bye for now.